let's first everyone look up here, and we're going to review some punctuation and capitalization. So I'm going to call on you, and you can give me something to fix on any of those sentences. Okay, there's 4 sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Dylan, can you find something that's wrong with one of the sentences? Why don't we could start with the first one. Will we go to the zoo? Asked Carter.
Carter isn't capitalized.
Okay, so let's capitalize Carter, and then Nicholas, can you give me something else?
Will needs to be capitalized.
Right, that's the first word of the sentence. And Lucas. Where? Okay, insert quotation marks before, and then let's go ahead and after what? Zoo. Okay, what else? Mackenzie. Right, question mark in your direct quotation. And then, Micah, what's one thing else? Will we go to the... Okay, let's finish the first sentence. We're almost done. What's the last thing we need to fix? No. Well, I'm using popsicle stick. Come on, look at that sentence. Will we go to the zoo? Asked Carter. What's it missing? Where? Where and what? Yes, what should it be? It's a question mark, right? Because it says ask Carter. No. It's a period.
Because saying asked Carter asked. Carter asked.
Right. The only part that's a question is the direct quotation. The whole entire sentence is not a question. Right? Yes. Do you have a question?
It's not a question. You just didn't put the answer mark under the quotation. Or the question mark.
Wow, you guys are particular. Good job. All right, next sentence. I can't wait for my birthday, exclaimed Olivia. Jensen.
Hey, first thing you need to do is very obvious. Capitalize the I.
Yes. All right, next thing. Alex.
You can put.
Okay, excuse me. Your classmates are being rude because they're talking and laughing. Go ahead.
You can put an exclamation mark after birthday.
Okay, that's a good one. And then Jed.
Put quotation marks before I and after birthday. I mean after the exclamation mark.
Very good. Insert quotation marks. And then Jaina.
The period after when?
Right. And I think that's it for that one. And then the next one, Ethan asked, is it raining? Jacob. Yes. What's one thing we need to fix?
Capitalize raining.
Not raining. We do need to capitalize the first word of the direct quotation though, which is what? No. What did Ethan ask? He asked, is it raining? So is it raining is in the direct quotation. So we need to capitalize is. And then autumn something else. Micah, we're not drawing in the journals. We'll use them in just a minute. Okay, quotation mark before is, and then go ahead and tell me where the other one goes. Right. And then Lucy, what else? Good. And then one more thing, Logan. Can you find what else is missing? Ethan asked, is it raining? We need to insert one more thing.
Insert comma.
Yes. Do you know where?
After at.
Right. You have to insert a comma before the quotation. Joy shouted, "Happy birthday, Matthew." Okay. Jensen, you need to move your pen. That was not necessary. Okay. Before happy and after birthday. Good. And then Noah, what's something else? I see 1, 2, 3 more things we need to add. No, actually not. We wouldn't put a period. We don't need a period at the end of this sentence. You know? No? All right, what about Brayden? Can you tell me something? Good. Comma after shouted. And then what else is missing? 2 more things. Go ahead, Nicholas.
Exclamation point.
Right.
One more.
Happy birthday. And then one more thing. What else is missing, guys? Logan.
Is it the capitalization of happy?
Yes. Very good. Remember, you capitalize the first word in the direct quotation because it's almost like a sentence within a sentence. So you need to capitalize the first word. So happy birthday is the direct quotation. Okay? Now, today we're going to talk about contractions. Now, contraction just means you're taking 2 words and you're smushing them together and making one word. Although, when you smush them together, some of the letters fall off. Okay, so we're going to actually remove some of the letters, and in its place, we're put an apostrophe. That's what the apostrophe means. It's the replacement for letters that fell out. Okay, so in your journal, we're going to make a list of words and their contractions. Okay, so turn to the next page of your journal. Yes.
Oh, can I tell you one of the words?
Not, no, I know this is review. But I think most people know, but we'll get, if you know it, we'll get to it. Okay, the first one is the contraction won't. So write that on your page. W-O-N apostrophe T. What? What?
How do you spell it?
It's right here. Write
No,
this.
contraction.
Won't. Oh. If you want to title your page Contractions. right, so won't. Now, we're starting off with a kind of a different one. Because the contraction for won't, the two words that stand for it, aren't the same letters. So it's a little tricky. But if you think of the word won't in a sentence, for instance, what if you say, I won't go outside when it's too cold? What two words replace the word won't? Will not. So next to the word won't, write will not. Now, a normal contraction, what we would do is we would say won't. I mean, technically, that's what we would do. We would say will and apostrophe T, but won't is not a word. So instead, will not, the contraction is won't. Okay, we're writing these in our books. Okay? All right, can you sit up for me? Put your knees down. Next word, next contraction is hasn't. Hasn't. He hasn't done his homework yet. What two words are the same as hasn't? Ready? Has not. So in the contraction hasn't, what letter is missing?
The O.
The O. Good. So wherever the O is missing, you put your apostrophe. Micah? Okay, next one is I'm. Capital I, apostrophe M. I'm going Christmas shopping. What two words take the place of I'm? I am. So what letter's missing?
A.
The A. So you see how the apostrophe takes the place of the A. Next one, he's. He's going fishing this weekend.
He is.
He is. Sometimes if you just can't remember, it helps if you put it in a sentence and then you think, well, what words would make sense in place of that? Okay. Next one is you've. You've got an A+ on your test.
You have.
What is it, right? You have. So in this case, we have two letters missing. What two are missing?
The H and the A.
Very good. The ha. Okay? So we don't put two apostrophes, just one apostrophe. But it's in the place where we've taken the H and the A out. All right, next one is wouldn't. Wouldn't. Don't call out. Do you have a question, Alex?
Yeah. Can I sharpen my pencil?
Yes. Wouldn't. What's a sentence for wouldn't?
The dog wouldn't go to the park.
Okay, the dog wouldn't go to the where?
Park.
Park. So, what two words replace wouldn't?
Will not.
Would not.
Would not. Right. Because will not is won't, but would not is wouldn't. So in most cases, the spellings are the same. You just take out a letter or two and put an apostrophe. Next apostrophe is isn't. Please do not call out. She isn't going to the party because she doesn't feel well.
Is not.
So what two words replace isn't?
It's
not.
That's when you say is not. Okay? Seriously, control it. If If you know it, great, but control it anyway. Just like Jesus did with his powers. He could have done anything he wanted, but he controlled it. Okay, next one is we're. W-E-apostrophe-R-E. Alright, so basically if a word has a T at the end, excuse me, the word is replacing not. If it has an M, it's replacing am. If it has an S, it's replacing is. If it's got a VE, it's replacing have. Now we're going to do words with RE at the end. So we're going to my grandma's for Christmas dinner. What's we're? We are.
We are.
So R or RE replaces R. The word R. Question?
No, can I do this?
If it's appropriate.
The robber said we should not steal. We should not.
We're not doing.
Catch up from McDonald's because we are gonna get arrested.
Okay, thank you.
And 9-year-old.
Next one is she's.
Just
Okay. She's. She's going to donate some of her toys to children in need. So what two words replace she?
She
is. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Move your pen. When I say that's enough, you don't do it anymore. Means zip it. Okay, last one we're going to write is aisle. That sounds funny when you're just saying them by themselves. So, I'll send Christmas cards to my friends and family. So, I'll is I will. So, if you have two W's or two L's, that replaces the word will. Okay. Now, open your language book to page 73. There are more contractions. This is just some of them. But you get the idea of what a contraction is. I'm going to go ahead and erase. Page 73. Alright, I'm going to call on some of you to tell me what the contraction will be. Now here, they're going to give you the two words and you tell me the contraction. When you put them together, how would you spell the contraction? So for number one, tell you what, I'm going to erase this too. Alright, let's just go down the row and, well, let's go backwards. Dylan, why don't you start? Number one, I am. What's the contraction for I am?
I apostrophe M.
Very good. I'm. I apostrophe M. Number two, Alex.
There.
Very good. They are is the contraction is there. So what letter did you take out?
You took out the Y.
No, the Y's still there.
No. You take out the A.
Very good. The A falls off and you put a contraction. Or apostrophe. Number three is Nicholas.
17.
I'm going backwards.
I know. You start with down with 17.
Oh. Wait.
And then 18. And then 17.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Right, I'm going backwards. So aren't you next going backwards?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I called on you. So what's a contraction for does not?
Doesn't.
Doesn't. Good. Can you tell me how to spell doesn't? Please stop counting.
NT.
And apostrophe T,
Yeah.
right? Because we take the O out and put our apostrophe. Does not. Number 4, Lucas. It is. Good. How do I spell it's? Very good. Number 5 is Noah. They have, what's the apostrophe? I think you just said it. Dave. How do you spell Dave? They, apostrophe, and then you drop the H and the A. B-E, right. Dave. Number 6 is Jana. She is.
She's.
Good. Spell it.
SHE apostrophe S.
Very good. Number 7 is Jed. We have. Spell.
WE apostrophe VE.
Good. Number 8, Matthew. We will not. Remember, this is the tricky one. What's the 2 words that have the contraction? What is it? Well, that's what it would be, but that's not a word. So what word do we say? I will not go to the store, so I won't. So WON apostrophe T. Okay. Then we have, who's 11? Mackenzie? Okay. Could not.
Couldn't.
Good. Spell.
COULDN apostrophe T.
Good. Micah? Put that on my desk. And then tell me the answer for number 10. What's
Means
Yule? How do you spell Yule? Apostrophe LL. Number 11 is Braden. He will. What is it? Heal. Spell.
HE
H-E.
apostrophe O.
Very good. And then 765, Lucy. We're on you are. Very good. Your. Now, probably later in our language lesson, we're going to learn there's different yours. So be careful when you're using a sentence that you would say you are. That's when you would use this your. So if for instance, if I say you're doing a great job, is this how I spell your?
Yeah.
In that sentence? You're doing?
Yes.
Wouldn't I say you are doing? So really, this is the correct way to spell your when I use it like that.
Means like it's yours.
But there's different your. This your means you are. Now this your is talking about like your shirt, your shoes, your coat. Okay, so we'll get to that. But that's probably one of the big mistakes people make when they write your. They don't use the contraction properly. Okay, Alex?
Can I sharpen my pencil? It just broke.
Yes. Do you not have another one?
I do.
Okay. You're supposed to have 3. And if you can use the other one, that would be good. Okay, for Think B, we're going to complete each sentence by writing the contraction for the words in parentheses. So let's see. Jensen, will you read number 1 and tell us what contraction would go in the blank? Go ahead. Number 1 on thing B. Nice and loud. Okay, read the sentence, but tell us what contraction would go in the blank or are not. I can't hear you, honey.
How can you not hear me?
I can't hear you. You're not talking very loudly.
Aren't glass frogs unusual creatures?
Okay, so the contraction was aren't, right? So are not, the contraction is aren't. So AREN apostrophe T. Number 2 is going to be Jacob.
They're THEY, they're native to Central and South American countries.
Very good. There. Now there again, there's a different, some people say the wrong there. Because there's really 3 theirs. There's they are, and then there's the there saying, I'm going to go over there. And then there's the word that says, their friends, their party, their coat. So that's possessive, or, yeah. Number 3 is Logan.
While most of the skin of the glass frog is bright green, the skin of the adamant is not. Is
What's the contraction for is not?
ISN apostrophe T.
Yes, isn't. And Autumn, number 4.
If you look closely, you'll be able to see the glass frogs organs through its clear skin.
Okay, so what's a contraction for you will?
You'll
Good. Spell?
YOU.
Very good. And then the last one says, we are not surprised that the glass frog's appearance matches its name. So it's a contraction for we are. We're. So help me spell it. Capital W-E apostrophe R-E. Good. And then at the bottom, you're going to write 2 different sentences. The first sentence will be a declarative sentence, and you use the contraction for will not, which is won't. So, and it needs to be a declarative sentence. So what is declarative?
A statement.
It's just a statement. And then the second sentence, you're writing an exclamatory sentence. So that's a sentence showing excitement and feeling, right? And you use the contraction for you are, which is your. Please do not write the sentence and say your, and then name something. Like your coat, your toy, your book. That's not the correct your. Make sure you can be able to say you are. So go ahead and write your sentences.